Welcome back to our regularly scheduled programming because this was, I already made a thumbnail for this specific video, but the next next four videos will be breaking news videos of sorts like Phantom of the Opera, The Pit getting a spin-off, The Bodyguard getting a remake, and Weezer making a movie. Today's video is about why Idina Menzel wore a red tracksuit at the end of her run at Wicked. It's an iconic picture. This is the picture of Idina wearing a red tracksuit at her run at Wicked. But why did she have to do this? Like, what's the story behind this? According to People magazine, Idina had to sit out of her last performance in 2005 due to an onstage injury that had occurred that same weekend, in which she fell through an escape door on stage and broke her ribs. For her final curtain call, she returned to New York City's Gershwin Theater and gave a bow in a red Adidas tracksuit, which, shout out to Adidas, they always know how to sponsor people like Korn and Idina Menzel. I couldn't bend, I couldn't dress myself, Menzel recalled. I couldn't shave my legs or go to the bathroom. I couldn't laugh. It would just send me into these spasms. It was painful. They said if there's any way that you can get to the theater, we'd like to do a send-off. And I said, alright, I'll try to get to there. And then she continued by saying, I was high on Percocet and my husband at the time, which is Ty Diggs, wanted me to look cute. So he bought me this red tracksuit that was a zip-up and had an elastic waist. So it was easy for her to get into the tracksuit. Idina also reflected on a sweet gesture from Shoshana Bean, her Elphaba understudy who went on to take over the role of Elphaba. At the same point in the show when I fell through the stage, 2 minutes before the end, she left the stage and allowed me to come and finish the show, which I could barely do. That was the end of my Broadway Wicked run, and I gotta take some flowers and have a nice send-off. I'll never forget that Shoshana did that for me because not everyone would. I love her to this day for that. Now, this is crazy because I didn't know this. Despite the mishap that threw a wrench in the end of her Broadway run in Wicked, she said she was able to find some closure. It took 6 weeks for her to heal, and she was supposed to go do the Rent movie, which Rent came out in 2005, and that's when Idina stopped doing Rent. Oh my lord. Let's calm down. Anyways, she was a little nervous about not being better and that they would replace her, and that was hanging over her head. She continued by saying, but then I went to London and did Wicked on the West End and ended up having the most wonderful experience there for 6 months. I felt that helped me find some closure. Currently, she's back on Broadway starring in Redwood at the Nederlander Theater, which is actually where she made her debut as Maureen in Rent in 1986. It's also where Tommy happened and closed. Anyways, she then reprised her role in Rent in 2005 and then was in the Wicked movie and yada yada yada. Honestly, it's been very emotional, like a homecoming, she told the New York Times of the full circle moment, and it's causing me to reflect a lot on who I am and where I come from. And that's the whole video. I wanted to talk about this, so I've talked about it. Like I said before, the next videos are breaking news videos. Phantom of the Opera's coming back. The Pit might be getting a spin-off. Bodyguard's getting a remake. And Weezer's making a movie, which honestly, I'm concerned about that one. I should probably do that video first, but I'll see you all in the next video.